The Bounty Hunter delivers nasty surprise to George Soros. You'll love this. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his wife Beth Chapman are taking on corruption wherever they find it. Lately, Dog and Beth have been on the trail of corrupt billionaire George Soros and his minions along with former Breitbart investigative journalist Lee Stranahan. When Dog and Beth caught up with Soros' evil empire spreading lies out on the street, they delivered a real nasty surprise to the evil billionaire. You're going to love this. George Soros has his evil empire spread out all over the world, but his main focus in the last 12 months has been the United States. His plan to take over America like he did with his famous color revolutions in other countries hit a snag when Donald Trump got elected. Now, the evil billionaire is doubling down and he uses his many organizations to undermine the rule of law in the United States. Undermining the rule of law doesn't sit well with Dog, and investigative journalist Lee Stranahan met up with the bounty hunter recently. Stranahan is making a movie devoted to exposing Soros, and when they heard Soros Drug Policy Alliance was holding a press conference to push his bullcrap, they showed up ready to do battle. Among George Soros' more openly nefarious plans, he is attempting to first push for the widespread use of drugs on American streets. The second part of his plan involves the release of all drug addicts from prison, leading to widespread panic and chaos. And they don't even pretend to hide this objective, reported the Gateway pundit. Roseanne Scotti, senior director of Soros Drug Policy Alliance, was holding a private press conference, pumping their bogus drug policy, and she lured some of the press over to a corner. Once confronted by Dog and Beth Chapman, Scotti proceeded to literally run away, as the Chapmans chased her down the street and Stranahan captured it all on video. Using drugs to destabilize a society is nothing new, and this is exactly what Soros is intending to do with his Drug Policy Alliance. Right there on his fancy website, Soros makes the decriminalization of drugs a racial issue with the old argument that police target minorities and incarcerate them way more than they do whites. It's a bunch of hogwash, as Beth Chapman confirmed when she explained what the end game is for Soros. They're running a scam to push for pretrial release and steal more taxpayer money. But, it's not even a problem of it just not working. They are directly trying to aid and abet, and increase, the criminal element that exists on our streets right now, Beth explained to the Gateway pundit. She went on to say that Soros' plot is to make all drug addiction labeled a disease, thus making it not against the law. You can't lock up someone because they have diabetes, right? The problem with drug addiction is that it leads to criminal behavior. Diabetes does not. However, it's not only those who are convicted of drug-related crimes that are getting this get-out-jail-free card. Beth explained, here was a repeat offender pedophile recently who got out on the new bail reform laws these people, Soros, are pushing and immediately lured a 12-year-old girl into his house. The police chief had to go on to his Facebook and say, due to the new bail reform laws we were hit with, we can no longer keep you safe. We cannot protect you. You need to buy a gun. These people are going to go in and out of jail before we even know that they were released, Beth said. It was no coincidence that when Donald Trump was campaigning that he was addressing the opiate crisis. He was the only candidate to address this issue, and it seems he was well informed about Soros' plot to decriminalize drugs. Trump's a thorn in Soros' side on this. He is for the rule of law, not letting criminals go. And that's why the evil billionaire has his spokesperson Scotti holding bogus press conferences. It looks like old George Soros isn't fooling anyone with his $1 million funded Drug Policy Alliance. Soros knows the game is to get legislators to take money from him through his organizations. In return, they will craft laws that he approves of, but he is having one problem. Patriots are onto him. Trump is onto his evil ways. America is no small Eastern European country, the kind Soros takes over, and Americans will never hand over their liberty to some evil billionaire. Please share the story and tell us what you think by clicking one of the buttons below. We want to hear your voice.